They say you never forget your first championship, which means the year 2026 will forever be. They say you never forget your first championship, which means the year 2026 will forever be championship. Taking down Coleman 68-44. Oxford played for the championship back in 1933. They lost to Geraldine at the time. Geraldine was a dynasty back in the day, folks. Trust me on that one. But Oxford is the king today. Jalen Alexander and company taking that blue map back down I-20. Congratulations to Coach Joel Van Meter and the Yellow Jackets. Let's see how it happened here with the highlights. There you see that man, Jalen Alexander, passing out for the three. Nothing but the bottom for Oxford. Nice stop and pop by Gray Hopper for Coleman. Oxford jumped out early in this one. Jalen Alexander found his range from beyond the arc. Hit a couple of early threes. There you go. See him step into one. You can't let that man walk into a three-pointer. And that's what's going to happen. How about that, taking to the basket, throwing it down. Coleman made a nice comeback in the second quarter. There's Sam Dura, their star. Strong move to the basket. Finishing off the window, but then two late dunks. Marcus Perry Jr. right there, followed by Jalen Alexander in the second quarter. That's how we close the second quarter. And then, nice move by Sam Dura there, but it was almost all Oxford in the second half. Nice finish there by Coleman at the basket. But too much Oxford, too much Jalen Alexander. There's Marcus Perry Jr. He has his own state championship now. Marcus Perry Sr., his dad, won one with Anniston back in the 90s. And now father and son each have a state championship. There you see the Yellow Jackets celebrating with Coach Van Meter. Their first state title in boys basketball. You gotta love that. And I love talking basketball with people who go back a ways in this state, in this sport. And our next guest certainly qualifies. Jay Mitchell, you may know him as a Supreme Court justice in the state of Alabama, but we're not here to talk about justice. I promise I will not use the name Charles Bediaco in this conversation. We're here to talk about high school basketball and basketball in general, because this man lived it, he played it. Jay, first of all, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. Thank you, Kevin.
Now, you go back to the good old days. First thing I want to ask you about is when you schooled our own Bart Heitch when you were playing for Homewood High School. Believe it or not, Jay played point guard, at least in that game for the first time. And Bart told me you took it to him.
Well, first ever game I started at point guard. I'd never played point guard before, and we played Winfield in the first round of the old Big Orange Classic at Berry High School. And I dropped 31 on Bart that game. But as he likes to remind me, they won the game.
Yes. You know, Bart always has a comeback.
Yes.
Obviously. Now, you had the privilege of playing for two legendary coaches in this state on the high school and college level, Coach Robert Burdett at Homewood. And then you went on to Birmingham Southern and played for Dwayne Reboll. What were those experiences like playing for those legends?
Yeah, great coaches, great men. Coach Burdett in high school really got me prepared well to play college ball. Really just trained me well in the fundamentals and just knowledge of the game. And then obviously playing for Coach Reboll. I was a walk-on basketball player there as a freshman. And I tell folks I was not an All-American. My job was to get our All-American James Cason ready to play in practice every week. And we won a national championship my freshman year. Love Coach Reboll. Stay in very close touch with him even today.
Yeah, he's one of the legends in this state. I've had a long relationship with him. And you talk about good people, not just great coaches, but great people. Dwayne Reboll falls into that category. So you did a good job then, because James Cason was an outstanding player. You definitely got him ready to go that season.
I like to say I did my job, but I've got the scar tissue to show for it.
And you guys started out slow that year, did you not?
We did. We started 3-2, and then got it together and won the next 32 games. Finished 35-2.
And that was the second of Dwayne Reboll's two national championships with Birmingham Southern in the NAIA. And, of course, then they went on and had good success in Division I. And a guy who played a little bit after you is now making headlines. Bucky McMillan played at Birmingham Southern. We know what he did at Samford. Now he's the head coach at Texas A&M. And they're almost certainly headed to the NCAA tournament. I know there's a Birmingham Southern fraternity. How much fun has it been to watch what Bucky and company have done?
Oh, it's great. Bucky's a legend in the making. I tell you, what he's doing at A&M. Coach Reboll and I actually went over to Coleman Coliseum for the Alabama-Texas A&M game a few weeks back. And I'll tell you, I was rooting for the Tide, but I was also rooting for Bucky and the Aggies to show well, and they did. It was an amazing game, and Bucky's doing an amazing job in College Station.
And speaking of someone who's done an amazing job, let's switch to the 7A girls championship game. That's coming up next. Hoover against Bob Jones. Crystal Johnson, the Hoover head coach, recently named an assistant coach for the 2026 USA Women's Under-17 national team. She's been an assistant coach to the national team before. She's earned 7 state championships. Just an amazing, amazing role model for those young girls at Hoover.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's created a great program there, developing great players there, and I expect we're going to see a really great performance from them tonight.
And one of those great players, Kristen Winston, you have a family connection.
I do. We go to church with the Winston family. Her father, Stephen Winston, is the prayer pastor at Church of the Highlands, where we've attended for nearly 24 years. She's an amazing freshman player, and I think she'll have a great game out here tonight, too.
There she is right there, number 1 in the semifinals, picking a pocket and taking it to the goal. Look at this defense. Look at those hands. Is that how you did it back in the day?
She's better than I was.
Kristen will be key, of course, in this game. She and Chloe Ford, number 5. Chloe's an inspirational story. Missed the entire season last year with an injury. She was determined to come back as a senior and finish strong with another state championship. There you can see the joy on her face after the semifinals. And Hoover will see if they can add another championship, which would be the 12th in school history for that program. And you commented earlier, Jay, about what it means. You see the joy on the young faces here when they go out and get that trophy. They get those hats that say champ. That's what makes this event special, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, just the unity you have to have, the camaraderie, the teamwork you have to get to this level, to be able to get to a Final Four and then to get to a state championship. It's rewarding for everybody experiencing it here, whether you're a player or a coach or a fan.
Absolutely. And let's not forget Bob Jones. Bob Jones delivered one of the most stirring victories of this tournament, folks, in the semifinals. They had to come from behind. They had to go to overtime to put down Auburn to get to this championship game. You want to look out for Jakaya Smith, number 3, and Alea Obenazi, who I don't know if scored in the semifinals, but she played incredible defense on Auburn Star in the second half. Here's our big board. We've got 2 games left, 2 more championships to decide. Hoover girls, Hoover boys. Will the Hoover dynasty continue? We will find out next. Thank you so much, Jay, for being with us.
Thank you, Kevin.
We'll be right back here on Alabama Public Television.
In 2025, Pavarotti would have been 90. And when a concert was filmed in Italy, musical legends gave tribute. Pavarotti 90, the man who moved the world.
Sunday at 5 on Alabama Public Television.
The best travel insurance doesn't require any paperwork. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. If you're drinking until last call, I'll take these. Thank you. It's time to make a smarter one. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it.
Hi, I'm Mike McKenzie. You know, with Ken Burns' American Revolution, I've been really interested, and a lot of viewers I've talked to, in visiting the places where all this happened. And right now, APT and Colette are putting together a trip where you can do exactly that. It's an incredible way to discover history. Go to aptv.org/events to learn more and look for more travel opportunities coming in the near future.
There's power in the simplest of actions, like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to the electric cooperatives of Alabama, and we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Your Alabama Electric Cooperatives, empowering lives, empowering communities.
Across Alabama's 465 cities and towns, our local neighbors are hard at work building a brighter future for all of us. They might be first responders keeping us safe from danger, or business owners getting ready to open up shop. No matter their job or yours, the 5 million people that make up our sweet home all depend on local government. And local government depends on you. Get involved with the Live Locally Alabama campaign today.
So far this week in Birmingham, 12 champions across 6 classifications have been crowned as the best in high school basketball. Class 7A, no exception there. It's time for the girls' championship. Hoover, the mainstay, trying to make it 6 in a row, taking on Bob Jones and the Patriots from Madison, Alabama. From inside of Legacy Arena, Landrum Roberts along with my broadcast partner, former Winfield City, Mississippi State guard, Bart Heitch. You look at these two teams, Hoover being the mainstay. You got a coach looking for her 6th straight. All they do is win, and Bart, they just keep reloading.
They keep reloading the development that we've seen over the whole Hoover program, boys and girls, but especially the girls in the last, half a decade has just been astonishing, their success. And it's not just that they're winning games. They've dominated anybody and everybody that they played in this building. A little different task today. Bob Jones is capable, but they'll have to play the best game they've played all year to beat Hoover.
All right, it's time for our Heitch's hints. And, Bart, you've identified some things that's always brought to us by our Home Builders Association of Alabama. First, let's start with Hoover.
If you're just tuning in to watch these Hoover girls for the first time in a couple of years, there's a young lady that's left-handed, and she won't be hard to find. She is, as advertised, Chloe Ford, coming off the knee injury. She's gotten stronger. She's gotten quicker. Her body has really gotten more muscular in all the rehab. She's a star. I don't know if Bob Jones has the answer for her, but it's business as usual. And you can't not mention Blanchard and Winston and the defensive capability they have as well as Ford. Hoover just needs to do what they have continued to do every time we see them play here. And then for Bob Jones, Smith and Watts must just go off. But they got to have at least 40 points between them and shock the world. This would be as big of a shot, even though Bob Jones is a really good team. Hoover has had this domination going, and we'll see if Bob Jones can handle it.
Let's meet both of these teams, our public address announcer.
As we recognize the Hoover High School administrators and faculty, Superintendent Kevin Maddox, Principal Christy Sayers, Athletic Director Dr. Harley Lamy, and the faculty members from Hoover, Stephanie Turner and Tony Drew. And now, Buccaneers fans, make some noise for your Hoover starters. Starting at guard, a 5'11" freshman, number 1, Kristen Winston. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Chastity Johnson. At guard, a 5'3" freshman, number 3, Ava Leonard. At center, a 6'3" senior, number 5, Chloe Ford. At forward, a 6' senior, number 13, Aaliyah Blanchard. The head coach of the Hoover Buccaneers is Crystal Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in recognizing the administrators and faculty from Bob Jones High School. Superintendent Ed Nichols. Assistant Superintendent Eric Terrell. Principal Sylvia Lambert. Athletic Director Kurt Yancey. And the faculty members from Bob Jones, Jenny Jarrett and Seth Parker. All right, Patriot fans, make some noise for your Bob Jones starters. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 0, Alea Obanozi. At guard, a 6' senior, number 1, Elise McLean. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Jakiah Smith. At forward, a 6'2" senior, number 10, J.L. Robinson. And at guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 14, Ella Watts. The Bob Jones Patriots are led by head coach Cheryl Robertson.
We met both of the teams, of course. Coach Crystal Johnson trying to rack up another title. She's done it as a player. She's done it as an assistant coach. And, man, the dynasty that she has built at Hoover as a head coach. Meanwhile, Cheryl Robertson and what Bob Jones have done, just remarkable in the ascension of that program, what she's done and what they've done under her tutelage. This is a Bob Jones team. Really surprised me watching them play, especially how resilient they were against Auburn falling behind early.
Yeah, and they actually, Coach Johnson liked that a little bit because she loved the fact that her talented team got hit in the mouth, you know, and responded, and it's on the defensive end. I mean, they have so much length and athleticism, and we'll see if Bob Jones early must stay in this thing and just keep it close until the end.
Two seniors in the jump circle, Chloe Ford for Hoover, the Missouri signee, J.L. Robinson, and number 10 in white for Bob Jones. Bob Jones, white jerseys, white uniforms there with the navy blue numbers trimmed in red, and Bob Jones wrote in cursive.
I love that. All these people be talking about script. That's Bob Jones wrote in cursive. His cursive, when I learned it, look at this attention. Yeah, that's out early.
Ella Watts, ill-advised pass, intercepted. That's what Hoover does. They'll turn you over, and they score in bunches.
They do. And on that other end, this is the young lady everybody needs to pay attention to also. She gets slept on. She's the third piece. She's the best defender. And she's getting the draw of Ella Watts.
Here's what's scary. The other night, 8 points in the semifinal win. She was 3 of 14 shooting. If she starts heating up, and she's been in a little bit of a slump, according to her coaches, look out. After the turnover, Hoover, Kristen Winston, sensational freshman, pull up from the top. The back of the iron, Winston in the corner. Now Blanchard inside to Chloe Ford. That matchup against J.L. Robinson. Ella Watts clears.
Good defense, Barney. Start out. I mean, Bob Jones is not going to shy away from the physicality. They have size. It's the quickness that's the issue of the long guards of Hoover, and where you go in here to try to get baskets early.
J.L. Robinson missed from the foul line. Back the other way. Over Leonard. Saying last touch by the Bucks is taking on the lower.
Yeah, and Blanchard is one of those players, those Hoover players, that plays with a chip on her shoulder. I mean, she is talented in her own right. She's a leader on this team, Landrum, and I personally feel she's the senior. You know, I mean, her and Chloe Ford have come through this thing together, and she wasn't always, look at this, just out of it. That's just Hoover. They find every matchup.
Yeah, they do. And for Bob Jones, even in the win over Auburn in the semifinal, they turned it over 16 times. That is playing right into this Bucks defense hand. You got to be able to take care of the basketball if you're going to be there in the fourth quarter. Kicked around. Hoover retaining possession. He's out of bounds. The name of the Bucks.
Although we haven't seen her on offense, I do like the activity and the speed that Ella Watts is playing with. And there, you cannot front Chloe Ford. She is too strong and too big. She'll root you out of there. And these Hoover guards post-feeded as well as anybody in the country collectively as a group.
Cassidy Johnson.
Look at this. Oh, what a shimmy.
Matched up against Taylor Atkins. That's Jakiah Smith running the floor nicely. That's Atkins hard with the left. Jakiah Smith's there. Obianozi knocked away momentarily by Winston. Obianozi unable to finish. There's Ella Watts. She trips over Chloe Ford. Melee on the court, and timeout called by Sherelle Robertson. She wants to settle her Patriot team down.
This is a 30-second timeout.
She does, and it's 3 minutes into the game and down 2 possessions. You haven't scored yet, but probably want to gather them a little bit and find a out under here. Find a side. I don't know where the ball's going. It's going to be a side out. Probably see her come to something, but these handbags, Landrum, and when Ella Watts comes off screens, they're going to double her. They're going to make her give it up, and who else is it going to be? Coach Johnson's a wizard at taking the other team's opportunities away from the best players.
That was our Alabama Natural Gas Association timeout. Appreciate all of our corporate sponsors and their partnership throughout this week. Exciting week here in Birmingham, AHSAA Championships. So you take a look at Hoover head coach, future Hall of Famer.
You got to go ahead and start.
Johnson.
Yeah, thinking about that.
Reserve the spot. Ella Watts fouled before she could put it up. Ella Watts, she was the Patriots' top scorer in the win just the other day with 29 points. And as Bart mentioned, the bulk of that production coming between number 14 in white and number 3 in white. Patriots shot it very well from the foul line. That's something they're banking on today. Trying to get, if you can, some fouls racked up against Chloe Ford, who picked up a couple early in their win over Alma Bryant.
I would attack here and try to get a foul call, maybe. Or just a bucket. How about that?
Bucket works. That's AHSAA Robinson, sophomore, playing the forward. She's matched up with Chloe Ford. Max Blanchard, another one. Misses long on that one. Ja'Kai Smith there for the back side rebound. And Ja'Kai Smith. And that was Chastity Johnson trying to pick her pocket. Referee saying reaching able to foul.
Foul totals, foul trouble. Those are things that Bob Jones has to have that be positive. And I just love, you got to attack. You got to attack the big in the right way. And that time, just a little hesitation. I think Ford was kind of surprised she went up with it, but nice finish.
Elise McLean over to Watts. And Hodges.
I'd post Watts here with this matchup.
To Robinson. Robinson hasn't been able to connect that time. Winston so quick back down the floor underneath. Ella Watts got her hand. No foul. The referee's letting them play early, and that's going to be very interesting because these two teams, they like to get physical. And I like the fact that they're letting them play a little bit.
It's 7-8, and you see it in NCAA tournaments. And there, they're going to let some of those go in this game. You see it year after year. Young kids out there got to play through contact, even sometimes when it might not go your way. That's great defense, great scout on that right shoulder, if you will. Ford likes to turn over the right shoulder and finish with that left. Tough pass.
And AHSAA Robinson, she's able to maintain possession and driving the baseline. Elise McLean, she was hit. She went up. Bob Jones getting to the foul line. They were aiming to do. McLean will have 2. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter of play. 7A Girls Championship. First Cisco free throw. He was good.
Bob Jones needs to see a lot of those go in today. I think got to win the free. I don't think we've seen anybody do this, but you got to win the free throw battle. Make battle by at least 5 or 7.
Elise McLean, who came in averaging 15 points per game. Knocked out of bounds. And Kai Smith inbounds. Bob Jones keeps it.
See the switch to Watts. They're just not going to let her catch it.
London Cook, meanwhile, is checked in for Hoover. She wears number 11.
Attack.
There's Robinson in between. Winston and Ford can't get it. Ella Watts for the dirty work. She can't finish. Last touch. It was saved by Chloe Ford. So Bob Jones will have Sherelle Robinson encouraging her squad. They know what's in store for them. They're battling tooth and nail here early in Legacy.
ADEM's mission is to assure for all the citizens of Alabama a safe, helpful, and productive environment. It is a mission all ADEM employees are committed to accomplishing.
There's power in the simplest of actions, like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to the electric cooperatives of Alabama, and we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Your Alabama Electric Cooperatives, empowering lives, empowering communities.
The APT Young Writers Contest is back, encouraging kids in kindergarten through 3rd grade to write and illustrate a book and win some great prizes. Visit aptv.org/Young Writers Contest today for all the details.
Crystal Johnson, the home away from home inside a Legacy Arena for this event. Her Hoover Bucks girls trying to make it 6 straight. But actually more blue maps for Crystal Johnson. 2017, 2019, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Can they make it 26?
I feel like Phil Mickelson on the tee with Tiger. Okay, can we just play the game?
Bob Jones with basketball. Ella Watts still looking for her first points. Kai Smith, halfway down and it came out. Dale Robinson able to haul in the rebound. A nice dish from Winston to Blanchard, but she can't finish. Back the other way, Ja'Kai Smith and the Patriots. Blanchard from behind.
Pitch ahead.
It's been Winston, and she's fouled. And personal, her first personal, going against Elise McLean, the senior. Kristen Winston, she is a lot of fun to watch. Talking to the coaching staff prior to the game, said, do you ever question which Kristen we're going to get? Said, defensively, we always know she's going to lock people down. You know what? You could just end with that.
You really can. And like, even if she couldn't score it the way she did, she'd still be a high-level recruit at any level. I mean, she may be as good on the perimeter as a two-way player because of the length and the size that I've seen something do in these games. Big upside. Shout out to the officials here. We've got a great crew. Shelby Williams, Joe Cameron, Terry Anthony. A lot of championship experience in this one. Got to finish that.
Cisco free throws for Winston at the other end, and at this end, drawing the charge.
Partner, you called her. It's just what she does.
Watching it in real time, and at one point the other night, you had Alma Bryant.
That's a charge.
And what a great story against Hoover. Hoover was leading 17-14.
That changed.
You can go and check the box score, but it did not stay 17-14 or close very long. It just gives you an idea. Chloe Ford gives you an idea what she can do. She gets it that deep, it's almost impossible.
You've got to pressure the ball, Landon. Like ball pressure, effective vision. Shout out to John and Elena Peacock. I'm sure y'all are watching. Still prayers going up for that great family.
Amen. Winston across the timeline. Chloe Ford with the left. No, she got it back. Offensive board. Chloe Ford.
Just happens so quickly. So good in transition. No matchup for her. But like the agility after the knee.
Ella Watts over Blanchard. A much-needed bucket for Bob Jones. Been on a drought, 11-5. Hoover with the basketball and a lead with just over 2 minutes here in the opening period. Winston against Hodges.
Good defense.
Well, that was Chloe Ford. She was draped on the back of Ja'Kai Smith. He was boxing her out, doing it nicely. He's taking another look at the replay.
It's the hands, the length, the ability to avoid traffic. And she just goes and snatches that ball off the glass.
Asia Robinson checks in for J.L. Robinson. Bob Jones, the basketball, trailing by 6. Blanchard near steal. Spot up, perfect. Lisa McClain.
If you're going to beat the Hoover girls, you're going to have to take advantage of opportunities when they have those lapses on defense. And make those shots when they're open. Bob Jones hanging around early in this first quarter.
I guess you could categorize it for what Hoover does, and it's not reckless. It's all organized, but the pace that they play, a lot of times it is do or die, feast or famine.
Yeah, and I love this. I like scoring in transition before they get back, and that's an excellent push. That was an emphasis.
Aisha Robinson. London Cook.
In her head.
Asia Robinson up in the air. She's got a smile on her face. It's great to see. She gets up. Scary play. We've seen bodies hitting the floor a lot here in the first 7 minutes.
This was letting them play, and I like it.
And that was a question for both coaching staffs. Are these officials going to let us play and be physical? Now London Cook, after a shot was deflected by J.L. Robinson. Tied up. Robinson comes away with it. Gets it to her teammate. Watts. Dangerous pass. Chased down by Sky Smith. Reverse. She'll go to line for 2.
And that's a matchup that we saw her get downhill a lot, partner, when you and I did that semifinal game. She can get pretty. She's the one player for Bob Jones that I feel like can maybe get by the Hoover defenders, right? Ella Watts is going to score over people. But again, gonna probably need about a 20-piece from both. Now, if I'm Bob Jones right now, I am feeling real good about things when I was down 9-2 a couple of minutes ago.
Second Cisco free throw. Unsuccessful. Bragging on Bob Jones. They were so good from the foul line the other day. They went over Auburn. Just 2 of 4. Here early. And Ja'Kai Smith right in front of us. Chance for Bob Jones to take the lead. Side. The 3-point line. Ja'Kai Smith off on that one. I just wonder if she was surprised she was that wide open.
She was. I was about to say, I mean, I love to take the open shot, one more dribble. You know, maybe Ford was down there and probably affecting her watching a little bit. Good mind.
Winston, second one she's had on target. Just wouldn't go down. Blanchard, though. Great position. Put it back up.
That's a big foul. That's McClain. And McClain made that 3 earlier. She's the spot-up shooter. She can score it. Does multiple things well for the Patriots. And that's her second. They're going to roll the dice. No, that's her second.
Blanchard's second Cisco free throw is good. Hoover leading by 3. Ja'Kai Smith frustrated. Maybe her teammate didn't know there was 1.5 left. But as it stands, 8 minutes in the books, this girl's 7A championship. Hoover up by 3. Back to Birmingham in a moment.
Get ready to launch your future at Drake State Community and Technical College. With low-cost degree completion, opportunities for workforce development training, and free dual enrollment classes, the possibilities are endless. So reimagine your future with us at Drake State Community and Technical College and take the first step today.
It's the biggest lineup of 60s and 70s soul superstars ever here on your public television station. It's My Music.
Tuesday night
60s and
at
70s
7
soul
on
superstars.
APT.
Around the corner from here, late at night, on one of the rainiest days of the year, is a small business owner making a call to Valero's 24/7 U.S.-based customer service. We're here to make sure she has the fuel she needs to stay open. Because keeping pumps full means keeping business pumping and communities moving right now.
When people ask or talk about careers in construction, I think there's this perception that is wearing a tool belt, using a tape measure, and swinging a hammer. That's only one very small fraction. And all of those roles are absolutely necessary components. So if I talk to a young person about a career in construction, I would encourage them by saying that the opportunities available to them are as limitless as their own personal ambition. There is a future in home building. Go build your future.
Welcome back. Girls 7A Championship. Manager Roberts, Bart Heitch, Hoover with the basketball and a 3-point lead as we get started here in the second. Kristen Winston. Many things up top. Sensational freshman. Chloe Ford has had a sensational career at Hoover. She'll play in Como, Missouri for the Tigers next season. And an easy 2. Nosey back in, wearing 0 for Bob Jones. He can't retrieve the errant pass from Zakiah Smith, and some of that caused by the pressure of London Cook.
And also the lurking free safety work of Winston. Just play her as a chess piece that can move everywhere. And when certain lineups are in the game, Crystal Johnson is not worried about the other team making that 3-point shot in personnel. She's going to bring Kristen Winston in and wreak havoc.
What a fine play by J.L. Robinson. Blocked the shot of Chloe Ford. Placement plane, partially blocked, but she went up with it. Now Ford comes down with a rebound. Winston quickly ahead. Blanchard, that's a higher percentage shot. Robinson blocked that one. You see it was touched last by Blanchard.
Pretty impressed so far with Bob Jones. Landon, you talk about active, and we had thought this. 5 blocks for Bob Jones. 9 for Hoover.
Would not have thought that. Kayla Maxwell has checked in. She wears number 4 for the Bucks. Watts somehow found her way through 2 defenders, put it up, too strong. Moving back the other way. Blanchard.
You got to get that one.
Out to Winston. The extra pass, Chloe Ford. Can't handle it. Some turnovers for Bob Jones, and need to keep that number down. So far, 7 turnovers for the Patriots here near the goal. Hoover. 3
points off turnovers. 11-0 for Hoover. Obviously, difference in the game. Who are you throwing it to? Good hand.
Can't leave her. Zakiah Smith. Get any better than that. She framed it up. A lot like Kristen Winston just couldn't get it to fall. Timeout on the floor called by Crystal Johnson and the Hoover Bucks. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the opening half. And Hoover trying to make it 6 straight, leading 16-11 over Bob Jones. For Bob Jones, anything specifically sticking out to you?
I'm happy where I am. Now, I will say that I think they actually could be ahead with a couple of the bunnies they've missed here and there. But you just got to hang around, and nobody's been able to do it. You feel like you're always waiting on that next mini run, big run, what have you. Now, what I would like to see, I want to see him throw it down to Ella Watts and let her face up and go to work in a one-on-one setting, because she can score it if you just pitch it to her anywhere you want inside 15 feet. Find her, let her face up. She can dribble down, and then she'll pitch when the help comes. She can draw forward on the backside, and a good enough passer to maybe find a shooter or a cutter. I think you're going to see Bob Jones try to get the ball inside and play through Watts at some point. Right now, it's just catch and shoot and drive or offensive rebounds where you're seeing kind of thrive.
Winter turnaround, right as she got it, no good. Maxwell there for the rebound, out to London Cook. The three is good. London Cook coming off the bench, providing impactful minutes. Coach Johnson, BHR 3 at the other end. Bob Jones answers with a 2.
Robinson can also face up a little bit, as you saw there. And somehow get Chloe Ford out of that lane if they're playing man, because she will step out on the perimeter and guard. And
turnover. And Elise McLean. Contact with Kayla Maxwell. And for Hoover, just their second.
I wonder what our boy Jay Mitchell, he was over there talking about giving me buckets. I like all these guys pick on me when I was little.
No kidding.
Him and Darren Wilson.
All I heard when he walked off was he started telling a story about dropping 31 on you.
I mean, he didn't score all of them on me. Now, he did. He caught him by 51. 6'5" point guard. We didn't do scout reports back then. And I drew that cover, and I'll never forget Jason Cicero in the huddle. I said, don't you think it's about time? Go get him, dog. And he did. And we won.
Chloe Ford can't handle it after the turnover. Kristen Winston, she can handle that. She had 2 good looks prior, and they went halfway down the cylinder and came out there. Why use the cylinder? Nothing but nylon. The timeout as Hoover is flexed and pushed the lead to 11.
I mean, you feel like you're there. 4-point game, bam, 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 all of a sudden it's 11. And, you know, what do? You got to keep playing.
So many different weapons to choose from. Bob Jones with their hands full.
The best travel insurance doesn't require any paperwork. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. If you're drinking until last call, I'll take these. Thank you. It's time to make a smarter one. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it.
All aboard!
Wednesday night at 7 on Alabama Public Television.
They call it change in the pocket, street cred. I don't know, but experience. And you see the Hoover Bucks head coach Crystal Johnson, her playing career, but not only that, look at the resume. Congratulations.
All right, now y'all see why all these Hoover girls had the ball so high in the post. Look where that ball's at.
Yeah.
Look where the ball is.
That's
fundamentals. Great
really
job
good.
in the truck, guys. She is a wonderful example of loving your program, loving your kids, and holding them accountable. Like, the mentality and the way she coaches, she doesn't let anything slide. And then you see here out of the timeout, switching up the defense. I mean, it's just constant. And we talked to her, and she would tell you this too. And I think this is one of the cool dynamics. Like, Coach Quinn, the assistant coach, has a lot to do with a lot of the stuff that they do, game plans. And she's always complimenting him and just the whole staff, everybody in the administration, how serious the commitment is. And she was the right leader when they hired her.
It's not a me, it's not a you, it's an us. And that's apparent. And also talking to their coaching staff, one thing that has kept it going is being able to identify a lot of those younger players and letting them play up. Offensive foul against the Patriots. It will go the other way.
I'll tell you this.
Taylor Hodges.
When Kristen Winston... Go ahead, Hunter, I'm sorry.
Taylor Atkins, excuse me. Picking up personal foul.
When this is how much I've seen this team play and their success, as you see. Leonard, Henry. When Kristen Winston, it's kind of like when Hazel Green gets up 10. When Kristen Winston starts smiling out there, it's danger time.
And she doesn't show a whole lot of expression.
No, she just plays, but they just...
But you're right. When you see the smile, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's...
Now Atkins working against Winston. Ella Watts. That is not the matchup you're talking about.
Wrong way. She had the fader going back over the right shoulder, and she can shoot that shot. So I don't necessarily think she was paying attention to who that was. And normally she can just jump up and shoot over people.
Chloe Ford.
Go. You got to go if you're Bob Jones. You can't let them get this half-court defense set up. Got to go get down here on the attack.
Chloe Ford.
Yes.
She'll win her share, but
got hit. Yes.
She's definitely being challenged today by Asia Robinson. For Bob Jones and foul. This end. Now Blanchard, senior leader, trying to settle down her teammate Chloe Ford, fellow senior. It's interesting at times you'll have 3 seniors on the court, 2 freshmen for Hoover. But those players continuing to play up. And you don't have that sigh of relief from opposing coaches. Oh, that group's gone. No?
They go. Whole waves. How about this Southern? The young
Skye Smith with a Cisco free throw.
The young post player coming in the game for Hoover. It's a chance to work with her back in the day. Tatum English. Been developing her. And she's getting big minutes here in this championship.
Winston.
Man,
brought Atkins almost out of her shoes if they weren't tied.
Yeah, I'll just let y'all watch folks. Yeah. It's just, and the thing about it is, it's just a quick check. That's all she did. It wasn't a huge crossover. It was just a quick check. A little inside-out pocket. Check the defense. See what it's doing. And obviously, you're going to anticipate her getting downhill and driving, and I think that's what the defender Atkins was doing, I think. With so many tricks in her bag to be so young.
Missing on the first Cisco free throw. That one did everything but go in.
Got a rebound.
Clark mentions Hoover retains it.
8-2 on second chance points. 16-0 points off turnovers.
That will not win for Coach Robinson.
A little more points off turnovers than Bob Jones has got points.
Winston.
Great defense. Stay on him. See, here's where I like needing a shot clock. I feel like Bob Jones should be rewarded to make Hoover take a shot here. And I think we're going to see that in the next couple of years. Implementation coming, I think, in some ways. Oh, fly right now.
But steps called before. Blanchard can't believe it.
I thought she kept it stationary. But officials watch the feet.
Tristan Irvin actually did a nice job defensively that last possession for Hoover. He's in for Bob Jones, we're number 23. Meanwhile, Taylor Atkins is tied up with Kayla Maxwell under the goal. Bob Jones on the baseline. Trailing by Tim. Minute 45 remaining here in the half. Nice dish. Dale Robinson.
All because of the attention paid to Ella Watts coming off that screen. They're going to pay attention. Great call, Coach Robinson. Great field play. Slip the screen.
Another minute and a half. feature out to Maxwell.
English can probably shoot that one a little bit, but I like the patience. Know your role. She's a sophomore. Horn set for Hoover. Here comes the double on Winston. It's just hard. It's going to be hard to step out of bounds.
Nice defense by Bob Jones. Jakaya Smith was the trailer. She went to help out Robinson. All of a sudden, freshman Kristen Winston realized she ran out of real estate.
You see both players over on Watts. There's the screening action for Ella. Everybody went with her. Nice slip.
Jakaya Smith to inbound it. To Tristan Irvin.
Go to work here. You can go to work here.
Asia Robinson.
Good help.
To Atkins. Atkins. Wild shot. She was able to draw the foul. They're getting her on the arm was Tatum English.
Yeah, and I love the thought process from Coach Johnson bringing Ford back in here. Probably might have rested her the rest of the half if that lead would have stayed double digits. But in that scenario, you could see Coach Robinson was going to attack English and going into the half. Also get Chloe back in for offensive purposes. And she doesn't have any fouls. So probably just trying to rest her a little bit for the stretch that's coming.
Atkins, 2 missed Cisco free throws, but Ella Watts is there somehow. Got the shot up. And her teammate, Mr. Robinson's able to get it up. But not close on either. Maxwell. He's a deep.
Needs to get that.
Nothing you can do once.
Run to the middle of the lane.
You might as well just admire it at that point and not encouraging it or tackle her because you're not going to be able to stop it.
That looks like Dwayne Brown without the other 5 on that jersey. Exactly what that looks like. Yeah. Shout out, DB. I know you're watching.
Dwayne Brown remembers that talented Hoover squad. Described that he's there in Knoxville, Tennessee. And rivalry game today versus Vandy.
They do, and he has been excellent this year. And I actually, talking to Ron Slay, I made this point a couple of times. You see Ella Watts there trying to play through the frustration. Only 2 points in this first half. He was doing an excellent job. But Slay talks about how excellent of a passer Dwayne Brown is.
Winston.
Just stop it.
She's going to crack a smile now. Kristen Winston.
Got killer mode now.
A huge bucket at the horn.
There it is. She saw her coach smiling. And she said, okay, it's not out.
Yep. 29-16.
What a dagger.
The Hoover Lady Bucks 16 minutes away from another blue map.
Hey, it's time to get the kids signed up for sports.
I'm not really sure I want the kids playing sports this year.
Why is that? They love it, it's great exercise, and they learn about teamwork.
Well, sure, but what if they get hurt?
Youth sports are safer than ever, thanks to the Coach Safely Act. All coaches are required to take a course that emphasizes best and safest practices.
I'd like to see that course.
Go to CoachSafely.org. It's available for coaches and parents alike.
CoachSafely.org? I've got to check that out.
CoachSafely.org, so they will play.
Every day here in Alabama, there are countless cases of inhumane treatment of animals, physical abuse, careless neglect, and scores of intentionally abandoned animals. On the next Discovering Alabama, join Doug Phillips as he meets some of the many Alabamians who are working to improve the lives of animals in our state. Watch this episode and other Discovering Alabamas anytime on the free PBS app.
What? Never seen a dog get a bath before? Look, I got needs, and one of them is plenty of soothing warm water. That's why Ma made sure our home has a natural gas water heater. Ah, she's the best. See, natural gas heats water fast and efficiently, so we never run out mid-spa session. Because when I'm out at the park, strutting around and meeting other pooches, I gotta show them who's boss. Visit my website and learn why natural gas is a home's best friend.
Now streaming on the PBS app.
the definitive collection of documentaries from award-winning filmmaker Ken Burns.
Hemingway, the man, is much more interesting than the myth.
It is a story that Americans have to reckon with.
He's got my job. I'm the town.
Discover over 40 groundbreaking films that bring our history to life. Stream the Ken Burns collection now with Passport on the PBS app.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long-distance love. For the far-sighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. The Hoover girls are halfway home to another state championship. That would only be 6 in a row and 12 overall. The Bucks up 29-16 over Bob Jones at the half. A nice run at the end of that second quarter for Hoover. Created some separation from the Patriots. Let's look at the highlights from the first half. Hoover, no stranger, of course, to state championship games. They came out strong. There's Chloe Ford. What a great story. Missed all of last year with an injury, trying to close out her senior year with a state title. But Bob Jones had a great season to get here as well. They had a stirring victory over Auburn in the semifinals. But too much Hoover. Look at the putback right there inside from Chloe Ford. She had 12 in that first half, but she had help. There's Aaliyah Blanchard. Chloe again with the putback. How about stepping out for three? London Cook, bottom. Nice interior pass there. Step back, window, bottom for Bob Jones. But too much Chloe Ford. Too much Hoover. One more three. How about Kristen Winston, a freshman. And Hoover up 13 at the half. And now we are pleased to be joined by that noted college basketball play-by-play voice, super fan as a student at the University of Alabama. You may know him for other reasons, James Spann. James, how you doing?
It's an honor, Kevin, to be here. How are you?
I am fantastic. Always fun visiting with you. Now, you told me you're not really a basketball guy, except for that gorilla mask story.
We're going to talk about that later.
All right.
No,
I'm going to tell it on you if you don't tell it.
I love to watch basketball. I've loved basketball since I was little. I'm not a good coach. I'm not a good basketball theory guy, but I love to watch basketball. So I attended the University of Alabama for 3 years, double E major, and saw many a game when I was a student there. And, of course, I would go on to finish at Mississippi State. I've seen many games in the hump. And it's just a joy to watch basketball. It's a joy.
And he once led the student section wearing a gorilla mask from the press table.
That story.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But we're not here to talk about that. No. We're here to talk about the Alabama Community College system. They're the title sponsor of these broadcasts on Alabama Public Television. The reason you get to see these games all across the state, and you have been working with the community college system. Tell us more about that.
It's a joy. So I'm in a school every day. Every day I'm in a school doing a school program about weather. It is a joy. The greatest part of my day, it's doing school programs. And before or after many of the school programs, I will stop by an ACCS campus. And, Kevin, what I have learned, it's astounding. For example, in the last couple of weeks, I've been to, let's say I was at Rehoboth Elementary School. Have you ever been to Rehoboth?
I have not.
It's near Dothan.
I have been there.
So I stopped by Enterprise State Community College. It was amazing. The Baker Center, what they're doing for kids, high school kids that want to be involved in the fine arts. It's unbelievable. And this is Enterprise State Community College. I've been at Reed State Community College in Evergreen. And I'm from Greenville, little bitty town in South Alabama. And to me, Reed State was a trade school. But what they've done with that campus and the diversity of programs they offer high school students, it's absolutely unbelievable. We've been to Hanceville. We've been to Drake State. We've been to Shoals Northwest Community College. I've seen so many things. And I think the most impressive thing I've seen, Kevin, is how many of these students come out of a 2-year program and they're making six figures, supporting their family in such a powerful way. And on top of that, providing Alabama the workforce we need to be successful in this state. It's a win-win-win-win for everybody, and I'm so impressed by what I've seen here over the last year. It's amazing.
The more I've learned about the community college system, the more amazed I am at the variety of opportunities they offer, not just for college students, adult education. There's just about anything you want to learn, you can learn it at an Alabama community college.
I met a guy this past week. He was in his 50s, and he went back to school. And he is happy. He is now doing what he was born to do because of that opportunity given to him by the ACCS School and Enterprise. And on the other spectrum, we've got high school students involved in dual enrollment, where they can actually enroll in an ACCS college when they're in high school, complete a lot of their coursework, and get out awfully early, whether they want to go to a four-year college or they want to just start their career after 2 years. That in itself, I didn't understand the depth of that, but how many college or high school kids are taking advantage of that? It's just an amazing program that we have going for the state here, and we should be honored we have the ACCS schools in this state.
James, always great to visit with you. We appreciate what you do for students across this great state every single day.
And this man is a legend.
We've got to run to a break.
He's a legend.
Second half coming up next.
He's a legend.
Come back with us.
There's power in the simplest of actions, like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to the electric cooperatives of Alabama, and we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Your Alabama Electric Cooperatives, empowering lives, empowering communities.
Mark? I want smaller classes.
I want to feel connected.
I want to meet interesting people.
Teachers that know my name.
Something close to home.
I want to get ready for my 4-year degree.
I want to feed my family and the world.
I want to be able to provide a better life for my children.
No matter what you want from your education, Jefferson State offers a purpose-built approach designed to change your life. Jefferson State, a state of change.
Change lives and achieve your professional goals with a rewarding career at the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the state's provider of social services in all 67 counties. Join our hard-working team that positively impacts the lives of children and families across Alabama. Speak to a recruiter by calling 334-242-1780 or emailing recruitment@dhr.alabama.gov.
When life drops the unexpected, Alpha is here, turning what now into what's next. Resolving your claims quickly, because clarity beats chaos. And knowing now is better than wondering when. We handle the hassle because your peace of mind matters. And so does the journey ahead. That's life with Alpha.
Willie Nelson is one of country music's greatest legends. For his 90th birthday, I'm crazy. A star-studded lineup performed his greatest songs. A stunning, once-in-a-lifetime performance. Willie Nelson's 90th birthday celebration.
Tonight at 8 on Alabama Public Television.
Welcome back. The girls 7A championship just about ready to get the second half started. Let's revisit Heights' hints. Hoover, you got a feed Ford. Chloe Ford, she got hers in the first half. Business as usual. What about Bob Jones? Because you said Smith and Watts must go off. Unless my score sheet is incorrect, they have not gone off yet.
Bucket apiece. Robinson's really been the only offense. Steady. McLean's made a couple of good plays, but to shock the world, you got to score more than 16 in the first half because it's just so hard to continue to get stops and not put points on the board yourself. Like I always say, Bob Jones, a couple stops. But I really think they can get out and run if they could get some stops. They've been okay in transition being the defense back.
Blanchard took steps before she walked. Or before she fell, excuse me. Crystal Johnson.
Whoa. So she took some steps.
Yes.
Before she walked. Got it.
It was a misspeak.
Love that. That's not like it's my daddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me get that strong.
J.L. Robinson at the other end. Defense by Ford, but Ford had to kick off her left sneaker. I thought. But Hoover will keep it. Blanchard to inbound.
They've got to just play through Watts in the second half. And I'm not talking about off of screens. They got to get her the ball close to the basket. Posting up and facing up. I mean, she is a big-time shooter, big-time rebounder. But she's got that in her bag at the same time. You know, I'm sitting over here saying it. I'm not trying to coach against this, and that's just too easy. You've seen it so many times. I think you got to zone all out unders and all side outs against Hoover, or you're going to get that right there. Fortunately, it wasn't the basket.
Rare miss from Chloe Ford from that distance.
Oh, good hands. Ella Watts.
J.L. Robinson ahead. Obianozie for their first bucket.
Nice recognition by Ella Watts to get her hand in there. Winston wasn't expecting it. And Bob Jones just still got this thing around 10.
Chastity Johnson for three.
The supporting cast making.
It's an Alabama Natural Gas Association three. A DHR three.
Big foul there on McClain. That's her third.
One of those DHR threes. And you see Chastity Johnson get into the act.
And you're going to live with it. You know, I'd rather live with that than Winston downhill or creating or forward.
Well, that was the key takeaway for me. Is Hoover the other night scored, 91 points, something like that, against Alma Bryant in the semifinal. But you had Blanchard 3 of 14. Some of their kids not getting their normal outputs, but you look around at everybody else. There's just no let up. Chloe Ford, she gets up and she'll have 2 Cisco free throws coming. If we go back to the Home Builders Association of Alabama, I just hint. One of the other things was taking care of the basketball. And Hoover's going to turn you over, but you have to do a better job of valuing those possessions, like we saw with some of the errant passes, the unforced.
Cerebral point, partner, especially about the errant passes. One of the things with that, the pressure creates fear. And you don't want to, you're worried about where the traps are coming from. You see you can't drive because Ford's in the middle. You see her here on the free throw line now. Excellent free throw shooter for a post player. Hard there. But it's the long passing angles and lanes to where there's too much space in between. And right now it is inching toward danger time for sure for Bob Jones.
Yes, it is. Alma Bryant will take another look. Winston, just from a foot away, can't get it to go, but then Chloe Ford there to get the opportunity off the missed Cisco free throw. She makes that free throw. Big three-point play.
This pressure.
Bart just mentioned 18-point advantage. Chastity Johnson tipped out by J.L. Robinson. Kristen Winston.
Throw it in there. Look at the clear out by Ford.
Chastity Johnson clotheslined. There's Kai Smith just contesting her shot. Chastity is okay. She'll go to the line for 2. She's a senior, had 10 points the other night in the win over Alma Bryant. But on the season, only 4 points per game. But just kind of gives you an idea. When somebody's not at the top or at peak performance, you get other players doing things that they normally don't do.
And you take Kristen Winston and
Cisco free throw missed. Ella Johnson been fouled. Ella Watts hit the floor.
To your point, and taking it a little bit further, it's the fact that, like, if you take Johnson, Leonard, Ford, Blanchard somewhat, but these girls would be stars on most teams, and the sacrificial understanding of this is your role. You're going to win championships, and that's what Crystal Johnson and I talked about. She said before the game, she asked me, she said, why do people sleep on that? And you know, Coach Johnson thinks she is an elite level player as well. Obviously, maybe not as highly recruited as the other two on the court, but the selflessness of certain girls that have come through this program at Hoover, I think, is one of the reasons they have so much success on top of the talent as well.
Francisco free throw knocked down from Ella Watts, and she's got to get going. Only 2 points. She and Ja'Kai Smith at the half. They had 29 and 24 each in the semifinal win over Auburn.
Yeah, and how about the job that Hoover, you talked about Ella Watts, didn't want to go in, might change that a little, but Smith is only, she hasn't made a field goal. Her only points across the field. Look at this, look at how deep that is. I mean, she almost had her under the curtain.
Jail. I mean, Robinson, not a whole lot you can do.
You got to do it early.
Probably one of the better jobs we've seen on Chloe Ford, which emphasizes how dominant she is.
You got to do your work early. You got to play defense and play games with her before she gets you pinned, because she is any post player that is when they spread their arms and legs out as wide as a Dwayne Brown or a Chloe Ford, it's just going to be hard because their footwork is so good, Landon. They keep you behind them. And every time you move one way, but the key is you can do all that post work you want, the guards are ready to make the pass. Young kids out there, reward your post players. Hoover's doing it.
Chloe Ford with a couple of Cisco free throws. A seat. Kira Sparks checks in. Where's number 44 for the Bucks?
Triangle two.
Cook back in. This player we mentioned in the first half came in, provided valuable minutes. Tristan Irvin, 5'7" senior guard. Kristen Winston, the freshman. The Alabama DHR 3 to close the half. She is so smooth to watch play. Blanchard underneath. Bad job by Asia Robinson, who's had a nice game defensively so far. Obianozi walked as she took steps.
AO got a little quick with it right there. Obianozi. But good recognition. Hoover switched defenses out of the timeout, had their offensive possession, and it looked like they were kind of manning Watts and Smith. And it's somewhat of a triangle and just lost pressure, lost coverage on the back side.
Kira Sparks over to Winston, has 8 points, trying to add to that total. Comes up short on that DHR 3. Now Irvin. Bob Jones clears. Irvin against Sparks. Not a great shot. Too strong.
I don't love it.
I don't think Terrell Roberts loved it either. Coach Robertson.
Yeah, that in between 17-foot pull-up, all right, it's free throw line or down on a 1-on-2, 1-on whatever situation. And, you know, if you're going to pull up for 3. Don't waste that 2 feet. Bucky McMillan would, or Natos would not like that. Where that shot came from.
Ella Watts, a good idea, but high off the back of the rim. London Cook able to save the outlet pass. Chloe Ford back in. Extra passes all around. Chastity Johnson fouled by Ella Watts as she was attempting to get it to her teammate. And Branchard. Mr. Johnson's expression doesn't change very much, and why should it? Her team leading by 17.
What? Never seen a dog get a bath before? Look, I got needs, and one of them is plenty of soothing warm water. That's why Mom made sure our home has a natural gas water heater. Ah, she's the best. See, natural gas heats water fast and efficiently, so we never run out mid-spa session. Because when I'm out at the park, strutting around and meeting other pooches, I gotta show them who's boss. Visit my website and learn why natural gas is a home's best friend.
I decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station.
To learn more about Cheehaw Legacy, visit us online or call the number below.
My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.
Hoover comfortably in command as we play here in the third quarter. A little over halfway through this third quarter. Landry Roberts, Barton Heights. It's the 7A Girls Championship. Storyline, of course, Hoover trying to repeat again, make it 6 straight. Coach Crystal Johnson, meanwhile, Burrell Robertson and Bob Jones trying to bring back the blue map to Madison, Alabama. First time since 2011. And they got work to do. Chloe Ford, 18 points to lead all scorers. Kristen Winston, super talented freshman with 8. Now, Hoover trying to buy a bucket. It felt like maybe this was the time that Bob Jones needed to pounce, and so far, Bart, they've been unable to capitalize.
This pressure that they're face guarding a couple of people, and Kristen Winston is just playing free safety in the middle of everything. It's a man-to-man defense with Winston just going and doing what she wants to do. And look what it caused. She's just running around the floor like her and you got.
Off the turnover, more points off the turnover. Look, did it all herself.
Yeah, Blanchard and Winston defensively. If you get caught as a guard in their trap mode defense, it's tough to deal with. And we're seeing the turnovers are really starting to grow now, partner. This is what we always tend to see in the second half. It's, oh man, yeah. Folks, I can't give it to you any cleaner than this on a stat sheet. 18 turnovers for Bob Jones. 22-2 points off turnovers. It's a 20-point lead. And if that ain't Hoover pedigree, I don't know.
Heads up. Timeout from the Hoover bench. Same situation. Chloe Ford looked like she had nowhere to go. So a quick 30. This Alabama Natural Gas Association timeout. Hoover not shooting it great, but they don't have to shoot it great. Layups are just fine off of the turnovers, and it's a lot of the points that they get, Bart.
Well, it's the efficiency of the shots that are available off those turnovers. It's always one thing to get an offensive rebound. It's one thing to turn a team over, but can you score it after the offensive rebound? Can you score it after a turnover? And Hoover does it, those two things, as well as any high school team, boys or girls, I've ever seen.
Winston inbound, out to Blanchard. She eyes her teammate Chloe Ford working against Asia Robinson. Robinson, nice job boxing out, claims another rebound. Irvin up ahead to Atkins. Atkins in the corner. Alabama DHR 3 by McLean is blocked.
Look at that. Just high point the basketball.
Ford fouled at the other end. She's upset she couldn't get it to go. She's got 2 Cisco free throws coming up as Asia Robinson. She had her work cut out for her. She's certainly holding her own. Tristan Irvin tagged with a personal foul. Ella Watts, J.L. Robinson checking back in is Irvin. And McLean check out.
Yeah, the free throw line so far, 4 makes. Bob Jones has gotten there, but they've missed some free throws. But I look for the attempts from Hoover to grow Landrum as we get through this half. It's just hard to keep him off the line in second halves.
One of the rare misses from Chloe Ford on that Cisco free throw. Taylor Atkins inside the three-point line. Buries it. 17 feet away. Nice defense by J.L. Robinson. Kaya Smith up ahead.
Oh, my.
The length of Winston. Wreaking havoc once again. Quickly back into Ford.
Porter, did you see the length and acceleration of Winston there? She was at right past half court when that ball got passed. And when she touched it after one step. Watch this. I mean, it's just, you can't, and the quickness to go get it. And then now we're down here. And she just makes so many plays. And
Hoover keeps it on the inbound. Bob Jones touched it last. Blanchard, another DHR three. This time no good. Chastity Johnson hustles out to claim it. Just over a minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Chloe Ford adding to her point total. She's got 21. In her final game, high school basketball here in the state of Alabama. What a career. Of course, the injury last year, and then to come back. And she's provided this great mixture, this casserole of veteran leadership, young talent. And the Cisco free throw is good for Chloe Ford. 6 of 8 from the line on the afternoon. Hoover joined their largest lead at 22.
Greatness. Blanchard making her presence known.
No good there. Ja'Kai Smith, scary. Got pinned on the back of Blanchard. Blanchard hit the deck hard as well. Let's just hope whatever we heard was not a head.
And I think she's going to be okay. But that last possession with Chloe Ford, we talk about how deep she posts, okay? Well, that's when you're behind. Well, if you want to front her, she's going to push you all the way up the free throw line. Like, she had, and I mean, let's keep this real. Robinson is not, the smallest post player. Their size is somewhat, maybe a couple of inches shorter, but the ability to push her up the lane, to also push her under the basket, I just don't know that you can man Landrum. I don't know in the half court with it's the understanding of Chloe Ford, but you get tired of hearing it. But I mean, it's just got to be praised.
After the missed Cisco free throw and then a foul on the rebound. It's London Cook. She goes over to talk to head coach Crystal Johnson. She'll stay in the game. A foul on the Bucks. 13 foul for Hoover. Bob Jones, meanwhile, with 5. Checking in for the Patriots. First time today, Alexis Richardson wearing number 30. 5'9" sophomore forward. Foul away from the basketball. Chloe Ford hit with personal. Ja'Kai Smith. 2 big threats. Coach Sherelle Robertson and Bob Jones. Works down the first Cisco free throw.
Shout out to our guy Will Latch over on the PA in this 7A. He's found a nice little niche in his announcing career, son of Chris Latch. Really enjoys this.
I had the pleasure of getting to work with him on Friday nights.
Look at that guy right there. Get that guy a shout out right there, man.
I get the pleasure of working on Friday nights, Saturdays with UAB.
You talk about
He's a grinder.
His daddy, too. But what a great family.
So many wonderful people. We get to see, work with, visit with during this week. Ja'Kai Smith. Get to see that showing off the defense, finishing at the other end. London Cook had no answer, but he's really ready to stand up and applaud. Hoover with a baseball pass to Winston.
Watch this
basket knocked out.
Watch this behind the back, how much ground she covered to go by in the passing lane, Smith. And that's got to feel really good if you're her. But here's one point of emphasis, Landon. Look at her stat line. She has 6 points. She's 1 of 4. She ain't even be able to get a shot off, pretty much. But 7 rebounds, partner. That tells you the kind of player she is. Still helping her team. Foul on Chloe.
Kristen Irvin bumped from behind by Chloe Ford. What Ford did there, she decelerated just enough for Irvin to get a step on her where she'd have position to come and block that shot from behind. Unfortunately, she got her with a body. Cisco free throw.
Leonard, in certain sports, you never want to decel. In this one, it works sometimes. Putters. Finish the stroke.
London Cook.
That's physical.
Using her ankle and her hand to try to control the basketball. And then you had Chastity Johnson hitting the floor. The ice bass better be ready after this one.
Yeah, I may need to get me one just watching it. I mean, 7A really is physical, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, it's now, and I know like that's in 6A. Hey, sleep on that 6A physicality. And how about Oxford? Shout out to Stu Studeman and Coleman. Man, what a great moment for Coach Van Meter and Larry Davidson and sweet Miss Connie. I'm so happy for her. And Big Joe Heights would be proud of y'all. Big O, you earned it.
Oxford, Winona. Who wins that?
I'm taking Oxford, man. I know that people don't want to hear it. I would love to see it. I think you can make the argument for Oxford.
Was it 101 points? Was that a record?
In a championship game. Not in the building.
No.
Like to elaborate on that? The team scored 105 in here one night.
Guy Smith at the other end.
It's hard to score 100 points. We were talking about that during the game. The reason you can't score 100 points anymore is you see Smith going to the line here and trying to get this thing under 20 going into the fourth quarter.
Because there's no Wilt Chamberlain.
There's running clock in high school if you're up 30. And so that you don't have the opportunities that you normally would have. But to score 100 in this building, that's kind of surprising to me, actually, that's only the second time now. The team
Ja'Kai Smith with a free throw now. Ella Watts. Ja'Kai Smith missing on the DHR three.
Oh,
Maxwell to Blanchard. London Cook. And gonna wave it off. It's a good call in real time. I like to pretend I'm an official. He was right on top of it.
All over it.
On top of the state, that's where the Hoover girls have been for the past 5 years, and could be making it 6.
Amanda Wilder. And I'm Melissa Marks, and we are sisters and realtors and members of the Home Builders Association. The main reason we joined our Home Builders Association is so that we can have a network of professionals that we can depend on if our buyers want to renovate or add on to their home. We feel confident recommending members of our local Home Builders Association because we know they are licensed, bonded, and insured. How can you afford not to be a member of your local Home Builders Association?
Hi, I'm Mike McKenzie. You know, with Ken Burns' American Revolution, I've been really interested, and a lot of viewers I've talked to, in visiting the places where all this happened. And right now, APT and Colette are putting together a trip where you can do exactly that. It's an incredible way to discover history. Go to aptv.org/events to learn more and look for more travel opportunities coming in the near future.
The love of Alabama's great outdoors is why most of our staff here at ADM chose to serve the public with their knowledge and their talents. Protecting the state's plentiful natural resources and rich biodiversity, as well as the people of Alabama, is the core of what ADM does.
The best travel insurance doesn't require any paperwork. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. If you're drinking until last call, I'll take these. Thank you. It's time to make a smarter one. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it.
I'm Chef Patty Hinich. Show your love for public television by becoming a sustaining member of your local public TV station. Watch episodes of Patty's Mexican Table and other shows with Passport on the PBS Video app.
Welcome back inside of Legacy Arena, the girls 7A. That is Hoover head basketball coach Crystal Johnson. Her team winners of 34 straight, 5 straight titles, leading by 18 as we begin the fourth quarter. Ja'Kiah Smith.
This is definitely a triangle.
J.L. Robinson. Got relentless pressure. The Bucks turns it over. Bob Jones turns it over again. They had 12 at the half.
20 now.
It's 16 total in their win over Auburn.
26-4 on those points off turnovers there, partner. You got 2-3 zone look by Bob Jones, and I have liked this. I would have actually liked to see them go to this earlier in the game. I mean, the Chloe Ford matchups have just been way too much. And
Obianozi. She gets whistled for the foul. Robinson comes back in. J.L. Robinson has a seat. But Obianozi, a little too much with the hands there?
A little bit, and Hoover's winning that free throw battle. But one quick point of emphasis, Landon, 11 assists for Hoover on 15 field goal makes. That is elite.
That's elite.
High-level efficiency. And one of the reasons, a lot of that is great post feeds to Chloe Ford. Also nice pitches in transition and on downhill drives to finish.
This Alabama Natural Gas Association timeout. Crystal Johnson. She's active in the huddle, but maybe not as active at times as you think she would be. She lets her coaches coach.
Well, as you see, you wear the out of that hat. Coach Quinn, he came over to talk to us before the game. You know, when he knows basketball, knows scheme, knows X and O, and he's a huge part. But you had a chance to talk to him a little bit, Landrum, and, you know, just how impressed were you? A lot of people don't get to chat with him. And Crystal would want us to highlight, you know, his importance to this program.
You've absolutely got to have people like him, coaches like him, everybody that shares that vision. And honestly, the most successful people I know, they surround themselves with really smart, successful people. Why would you not do that if you're Crystal Johnson? It's another brain. They're on the bench, and what they've done speaks for itself. You know, just talking with him, it was great. It was pure. Said some things about maybe this team, maybe some warts. Now the warts for this team they're microscopic at times. But what they have going there, I now fully understand why they've had the success that they do.
It's the whole deal.
Yeah.
It's the defense and turning it into offense. It's the ability to score in the half court. It's the ability to teach the non-D1 big-time Power 4 players, if you will, to know their role, accept their role. And there's no one happier when one of the role players makes a shot and contributes in what they're supposed to do. Not really sure what's going on here. They're going to have to come over here and tell me what's going on.
Official there at the scores table, as you can see across the way. Not sure the timeouts. They're trying to settle those. The scoreboard showing 4 timeouts, now 3 timeouts as they've adjusted it for Bob Jones. Hoover, meanwhile, with 2 timeouts. And if they update that or alter that, we will let you know. Now we look like we're set to play. So officially 3 for Bob Jones, 2 for Hoover. Kristen Winston inbounds to Blanchard. Blanchard working against Watt.
Say this, Ella Watts also had a knee injury in her own right a few years ago, and her agility looks excellent as well. She's going to be a star for a long time. Obviously, running into this Hoover buzzsaw doesn't get to showcase all her talents, but they do this to a lot of people. Ella only with 4 points, but just like Smith, 8 rebounds. They've continued to play hard, continue to guard, and continue to get on the glass.
Kaya Smith, no quitting her. Patriots broke their huddle, said the word fight. And they have been in a fight since the opening tip that Hoover controlled. Bart Heights getting an explanation from our official. What exactly happened with the timeouts? And the verdict was?
The verdict was that, just like great job out there in the truck, guys. Thanks, Hammond. They just given one of the timeouts to Hoover. And it should have been taken from Bob Jones. As you see now, Hoover still has 3. And it's just that inkling. And I know the scorekeeper, Miss English, Tatum English's mom, she's on top of it. It's the whole program. Even when you're up 18. Think about this, Landon. The attention to detail, even through the scorekeeper, to recognize, understand, game's probably in hand, but just always looking ahead, always seeing what's going on. It's an entire program thing, and I know that may sound like a small thing, but that's, this is a basket if she'll throw it down there. Look how far she's post.
Guilty of the foul. And then Chloe Ford.
How did she make that foul?
Fouled, I believe, by J.L. Robinson.
Young kids out there. Chloe Ford meets the ball as well. I mean, that should have been a steal. A lot of these passes in here are maybe wrong hand, maybe wrong shoulder, but Chloe Ford takes catching that ball seriously when her teammates throw it in there, and she does everything she can do. It's like a receiver going back to his quarterback to meet a pass.
Ava Leonard working against Obi and Ozzie. She lost it. Kaya Smith guilty, reaching in there in front of her coach. She paces away. And Sherelle Robertson. Bob Jones.
It was really that second quarter, Landrum, that flurry going into the half, the 3-pointer by Winston. Only 5 points in that quarter for Bob Jones. You ain't beating Hoover like that. It's just
Ava Leonard with the first free throw. Cisco free throw. Jordan Cisco. Spring. Great time. List your home, or if you're in the market, find Jordan there. Keller Williams office in Hoover. Kira Sparks, senior. Comes back in to spell the other senior, Chloe Ford. Cisco free throw missed by Leonard. Claimed on the baseline by Sparks. Tied up from behind. A couple Patriots. That was Robinson and Watts, and then a timeout is taken by Hoover. 5:25 remaining. Alabama Natural Gas Association timeout. Crystal Johnson, is there a whole ton to say to your team right now?
Look, it's.
Are we talking ring designs yet? What are we doing?
No, we're still talking strat. She ain't gonna quit coaching.
That's what I was getting at.
And I love seeing the back and forth. Her and Dottie are kind of going back and forth on each other a little bit here, and just the attention to detail as we see the day we've had today, partner. Pretty big time. Couple of champions.
Yeah, we saw Oxford. Man, what a buzzsaw the Oxford Yellow Jackets have been. And congratulations to them. Congratulations to Coleman and the Bearcats. Outstanding season. But Winona, that 101 spot, that's a hard one to get past.
Hard to get past. And shout out, obviously, again to the Gunnersville ladies.
And a credit to Sylacauga and all of these teams.
All the teams that got here.
Just to make it to this point.
Good point. Landrum. And, it was just too much Winona. But also Hazel Green overcoming last year's exit. Get that map back to Madison.
Kristen Winston fouled by Obianozi. Obianozi's picked up 3 personals about the last 5 minutes of regulation.
Thought the officiating in this game has been excellent. Or I guess we're still in the present tense. There you go, Mary Hodge. I ain't made a whole lot of grammar applause.
Winston with the first Cisco free throw. Akira Sparks back in. Chloe Ford back out.
And then followed up the correct statement with I ain't made no.
Winston with a pair.
This phone will get a text message on it here in about 12 seconds.
Kaya Smith.
Deep.
She can hit it from there.
Good for her. Puts her into double figures, Landry.
Alabama Department of Human Resources 3 from Jakaya Smith. She fired one from that range against Auburn the other day.
She almost crossed herself off balance. It was so good.
But a credit to Hoover. That's almost the only way you're going to get an uncontested, and I realize that Blanchard reacted, but probably not a bad idea for Bob Jones. Cut the lead to 17 under 5 minutes, winning this girls' 7A championship. Now Blanchard looking around. Over to Maxwell. Johnson out to Winston. Run by Taylor Atkins. Back in. Now Ella Watts comes out. Pressure on the perimeter is a problem. Blanchard blows right by her. Tries to get it up over Asia Robinson. Can't do it. Robinson with another board. I've been really impressed with Asia Robinson.
3. Played well today.
And she finishes with a nice dish from her teammate. Taylor Atkins. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Jones has dwindled this lead down to 15. It was north of 20 not long ago. Winston over to Blanchard. No shot clock. If you're just joining us. High school football here, or basketball. There's no shot clock in football either. No shot clock here in high school basketball. If they want to go 4 corners, they could. Other coaches have done it in the past. Timeout. 3:53 remaining. Hoover starting to feel it now.
Calhoun Community College is everywhere. Local, regional, in person, online. With students in just about every state in America. The nation's top degree in advanced manufacturing. Nursing test scores exceed the national average. Workforce training leading to good-paying jobs. Classes that transfer to 4-year universities. Affordable, quality education. Where you want it, when you want it. Calhoun Community College. Transforming lives, shaping futures.
Welcome to Alabama Public Television's live coverage of the State High School Basketball Championships. It's great to see the best of the best in Alabama play ball, and it's available around the state here on APT thanks to the generosity of our sponsors and the financial support of viewers like you. Please call 1-800-239-4000 or give online at aptv.org to support children's programs, music, drama, how-tos, and high school sports. Thank you.
Well, folks, the Big O is taking the blue map in basketball back to Calhoun County. And Jalen Alexander showed everyone in this arena and across the state of Alabama why he has been touted as probably the best guard in this entire state. Has a very strong case now that he finished the state championship to become Mr. Alabama basketball. No question he would have my vote.
Oxford, Jalen Alexander, Yellow Jackets, so impressive. And their run that they not have only in the regular season, but also throughout the playoffs. Some of the teams you look that they not only knocked off, but did it in convincing fashion. Tip of the cap to the Yellow Jackets. Pretty special. Asia Robinson fouled as the entry pass was coming. Akira Sparks guarding her, and Sparks reaching around. One of our officials right there on top of it. Excuse me, not Tristan Irvin, but after the timeout, checking in. Bob Jones, player that is not on our roster. We'll try to sort that out, figure out who number 21 is. Sure, she's on our roster, but probably represented by a different number.
Checking in the game for Hoover, number 5, Chloe Ford.
I'm a big fan of the uniforms written cursive. Chloe Ford back in. Kira Sparks has a seat next to her head coach, Crystal Johnson. Playing to the 4. And another bucket for Ford. Asia Robinson, turn around, jumping, made that look easy.
Asia Robinson.
Yeah, you see him. And here's what it's only, I know this sounds wild, but the domination we've seen from Hoover at times, is this as close as anyone's gotten? You know, I don't remember the exact scores, but it's a 17-point game that feels like 37. Look at this. It's how deep.
Chloe Ford with 26, missed a bunny there. Kai Smith, another pull-up from deep. Almost knocked that one down. Frog hair short.
Not a wall. Good step. Jump stop. 1 foot.
London Cook.
Still got a pivot.
Under control. 19 is the lead for the Hoover Bucks. Once again against Ford.
Nice touch.
Ford has to be careful with those fouls, and now Asia Robinson taking advantage of consecutive points.
Well, and we've talked about Chloe so much tonight, and talked about Winston as well. 11-7-4 for Kristen Winston. But I think tonight the real focus was Chloe Ford. You know, she missed the run with the knee and wasn't able to contribute. Now this year, her line Landrum, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 10 blocks. She left her emphasis on this state, and as you see Chloe Ford go out, I'll clap my hands. It's the last time we'll see that great player, maybe arguably the best Metro player out of Birmingham that we've seen, best I've seen. since I've been doing these. Congratulations, young lady. You worked hard to get back to this level and showed out today.
Well said. Kai Smith off the glass and one.
Not quitting. You got to love it. And like we talked about, just I don't know if it would have made a difference or not, but it's just so hard to make baskets like that against her, right? And the turnovers, there's just not a lot you can do. Again, folks, 22 turnovers. Hoover turns Bob Jones over 22 times. 30 points off turnovers versus 4.
Terrell Robertson.
There's your game.
Bob Jones, coach, calls a timeout after the Cisco free throws and Alabama Natural Gas Association timeout. Going back to Chloe Ford and Coach Robertson getting with her staff. Just over 2 minutes left. 26 points, 9 of 19 shooting, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. And just the problems she creates on both ends of the floor. Take a look back through a fun week of action. Friday, North Sand Mountain, team you're very familiar with. And then section boys saw St. James. Whew, they were impressive in the 3A girls. Montgomery Academy equally as impressive. And Good Hope girls and the Fairfield boys all claiming blue maps. And then earlier today, Guntersville got it started in the 5A girls, knocking off Moody. Winona. Enough said there. Hazel Green returning to the top of the heap. 6A, and of course, we saw with Oxford. Coming up after this one, the Hoover boys taking on Tuscaloosa County boys. Don't sleep on that one.
I'm telling you, and I will say this, I wasn't speaking of Hoover girls when I thought there might be a Hoover team yesterday. I was kind of teasing that, and I'll come to it now. I think that's going to be a game. Tuscaloosa County has more than just a puncher's chance.
Chloe Ford with a block of Taylor Atkins at the other end. Kristen Winston flat with that jumper, but she got her own rebound. Hoover set up, 25. Chloe Ford. 2 Cisco free throws coming. Elise McLean picking up person.
Yeah, it's
going to be fun to see her game and how it translates. I know it translates.
I like her.
But how it's going to translate next season in the SEC with so many good players and teams.
I like who she's playing for. Kelejala Hapa. In her own right, a national champion. Used to playing for great coach and Pat Summitt. I mean, is it, is Crystal Johnson becoming the Pat Summitt of Alabama high school basketball?
Chloe Ford, the first Cisco free throw.
Or Ariana, whichever we want. Okay. Pick one of the goats. Since now we apparently have multiple goats in sports. But
we don't have to just, you don't have to limit it to women's or girls basketball. You can go Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want. What Coach Johnson has done, I learned my lesson.
Joey Chestnut. They're all great.
I learned my lesson picking against these young ladies. Things will. People wonder, is there vulnerability next year? No Chloe Ford, no Blanchard. That they will need to develop, some post players. You got English over there, and they may not have as much money, but way too much big orange. Again.
Well, it seems like the celebration would have started prior to the 32nd minute of regulation. But finally, the exhale from across the way. Hoover Buck bench. Their head coach, Crystal Johnson, the fans, the students behind them. They've made this an appointment event. Not only with the girls, but the boys. Coach Ware trying to make it 4 in a row. And Chloe Ford.
Tears of joy. She knows how hard she's worked, Landon. That's what those tears are. To get back to the mountain, I'm going to start crying for her. Or with her. Because, like, the work that you have to come. Look at the celebration. They finished. And just the emotion of winning. How much it means. And look at Chloe Ford.
Catherine Shepard, Celie Aguilar have checked in, as well as Sierra Lewis. Bittersweet.
The senior class for Hoover, I would think, is the winningest senior class. I'm not sure, no disrespect to anyone. But now, this is how curtain calls are done. You get Blanchard, the seniors, all get the acknowledgement. It's their program. Now they're turning it over to the Young Bucks. And
that's who's out there.
And we'll see them. We'll see them here again.
Here's part of the future. Snapshot this. Stored away until next year. Why would you bet against the Hoover Bucks? Final seconds of this girls 7A state championship game. And the Hoover Bucks double down, add some more cement. To the statue that is Hoover Bucks girls basketball. 61-43 the final. They knock off Bob Jones, led by Coach Sherelle Robertson. Outstanding season for the Patriots, but there's been a lot of talented contenders. But if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And that's easier said than done. Crystal Johnson.
Tears of joy.
Well deserved. Great example. How to lead a program. Awards, recognition coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. The excitement continues from Birmingham.
Stay in your right lane. You need to stay in your right mind. Bro, you need to steer clear of the weed. Literally. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. You know, there are a lot of suggestions on how to drive, but that speed limit isn't one of them. I think that's for you. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it.
There's power in the simplest of actions, like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to the electric cooperatives of Alabama, and we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Your Alabama Electric Cooperatives, empowering lives, empowering communities.
It's not a rerun. 2026, and yes, that is correct. Hoover, they do it again. The Hoover girls, winners now 6 straight, 8 overall blue maps for head coach Crystal Johnson. They knock off Bob Jones 61-43. Now for all of the awards. Let's send it to our PA announcer.
And Dana Ariza from Team IP. Also assisting is Mildred De Jesus from Coca-Cola. The AHSAA would like to congratulate both head coaches, their teams, and staff on an amazing 2026 season. To commemorate this incredible year, each head coach will receive an official Wilson Championship basketball. Presenting this year's championship basketballs is the director of the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association, Mr. J.T. Lawrence. Also assisting is Dana Ariza from Team IP. First from Bob Jones, head coach Cheryl Robertson. Now from Hoover, head coach Crystal Johnson. Fans join us in congratulating both head coaches for an incredible season. Now to present the Coca-Cola All-Tournament Team and Most Valuable Player Awards are the Assistant Directors of the AHSAA, Ms. Tara Osborne and Ms. Tanya Peoples. Also assisting is Mildred DeJesus from Coca-Cola. Athletes, as your name is called, please report to Center Court to receive your award. From Hoover, Kristen Winston. From Bob Jones, Takaya Smith. From Auburn, Braylon Winfrey. From Hoover, Chloe Ford. From Bob Jones, Ella Watts. From Hoover, Aaliyah Blanchard. And now the 2026 most valuable player for the Class 7A State Championship game is from Hoover, Chloe Ford. Fans, let's hear it for your 2026 Class 7A All-Tournament Team and MVP. At this time, we ask that you please welcome Central Board Member Holly Sutherland from District 8, along with the Associate Executive Director of the AHSAA, Dr. Brian McRae, for the presentation of the 2026 Class 7A State Championship Runner-Up Trophy. Your 2026 runner-up, the Bob Jones Patriots, led by head coach Cheryl Robertson. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Please give a warm welcome to the Executive Director of the AHSAA, Mr. Heath Harmon, along with Central Board Member and Vice President Kim Keel from District 5 for the presentation of the 2026 Class 7A State Championship Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Class 7A State Champions are the Hoover Buccaneers, led by head coach Crystal Johnson. Congratulations to the 2026 7A State Champions, the Hoover Buccaneers.
There you go. Never gets old, right? Celebrating, taking home the hardware that is the blue map. Hoover girls, your 2026 7A girls state champions. Bart, Chloe Ford, so many emotions. The students started chanting SEC as she's Missouri bound. All the other seniors that were big parts of this Hoover program and their success. But you look at Kristen Winston and some of the other younger players that they have coming back. Brace yourselves for next season, what Crystal Johnson and the Bucks bring back. As you take a look at our slate today, we still got one more. The Hoover boys taking on Tuscaloosa County, but Gunnersville, Winona, Hazel Green, Oxford, and now the Hoover girls all earning state titles. It's been a fun week, Bart.
It's been a fun week, and it always seems like it goes by so quickly, and now we're here with one game left. But it's kind of running together with how they end, especially in this girls' final. And like, here's my question: like, how many can they win?